Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you've been here before, if you haven't, my name is Kelly. I'm a health coach from Michigan. I go over all types of health and wellness content slash lifestyle. It all kind of combines together, but today I wanted to talk about my skincare routine slash how I cleared my skin, because I know this is different for everyone, but I really did get all of my acne pretty much away, or at least my skincare is down pat right now, and my skin's been clear for about a year. So I wanted to kind of give my little skincare story to hopefully help some of you out. So let's get started. Actually, before I start, be sure to subscribe down below and give this video a thumbs up if you want to see more routines. I can start doing a night care routine or like a nighttime routine, a morning routine, and go a little bit more in depth and actually show you the steps of my skincare routine. So be sure to give it a thumbs up if you like the idea of that, or leave me a comment down below. Let me know if you are a new subscriber or any of your video requests. So I wanted to start off this video by talking about how I cleared my skin, and then I'll kind of go through my skincare routine as I'm going through each topic. So little disclaimer, I definitely love holistic medicine, but I believe in integrative medicine, so combining holistic with more traditional medicine. So I'm going to list some topical products, some oral medications, but then I'll also go through just some more holistic practices, things that don't require medication or going to go see a doctor or anything like that. So very first tip is see a dermatologist. Honestly, that's the biggest thing that you can do. At least personally, I chose about a year ago to go see a dermatologist, and I had seen one in the past, but nothing had really worked. And so when I first walked in, I told her everything that I had tried before. It was the same office, but I hadn't seen her in years, and I told her exactly what was going on with my skin. I had really bad hormonal acne, so it was all along my chin, and they were deep bumps, so like cystic acne. I had a little bit of breakouts here and there that would pop up in my skin in other areas, but it was mostly my chin, and obviously it would come around my period. So it was normally when I would be PMSing, so like a week before my period, I would start breaking out, especially around my chin. While I was really close to my period starting, I'd get even more breakouts, and then while I was on my period, I would continue to break out. So there was really a 3-week period where my face would just be completely broken out. I'd get them all along my chin, like I said, but they weren't just ones that would go away within a few days. Like, these would stay for a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and then leave a big scar or a dark spot. So honestly, I had maybe one spot on my chin that would pop up, and then it would stay there for almost a month because of the scarring afterwards. So, and I knew that I wasn't using any products that were making me break out. My diet is pretty much all healthy. I kind of have trouble thinking that your diet really has anything to do with your skin, to be honest. I'm sure it has some type of impact, but at the end of the day, I knew that I had to be put on some type of medication, because if I hadn't, then I just knew I was going to be dealing with this for a very long time. And trust me, it definitely ruins your self-confidence if you have acne and you just feel like people are staring at it. And I just remember always being so self-conscious whenever I'd be talking to someone, because I'd think that they were just staring at the spot on my face. So if you're out there watching this video and you're self-conscious about your skin, trust me, I get it 110%. So I wanted to get into some of the things that have helped me. So number one, I got put on a medication called Spironolactone. Do I have it with me? I have it with me. This is just an empty bottle. Obviously I'm not going to show like all the information on it, but this is just like a little prop, honestly. But I was put on Spironolactone. So from my understanding, obviously do your own research, but it lowers the testosterone amount in your body. So women do have some testosterone. It's obviously a smaller amount than compared to men, but it increases the oil production in your skin. So if you lower that, which is done through taking the spironolactone, then it lowers the oil production in your skin, which is most of the reason why why your skin's breaking out in the first place. It kind of helps with hormonal acne as well, but at least in my experience, like it did clear up like almost all my hormonal acne. Right now I'm actually on my period. I don't know if that's too much information, but I like haven't broken out at all. I'll break out a little bit maybe a week before my period, just tiny amounts, no cystic bumps, and then it'll go away typically while I'm on my period. Obviously everyone is different, but go to your dermatologist, ask what would work best for you depending on what kind of approach you want. I wanted to be put on some type of oral medication because I've tried every single topical medication that there was, and none of them were working for me because I knew it was something internally that was happening. So right when that oil production kind of decreased, it was a lot easier for my skin to clear up, and now I don't feel like I have so many things that I'm trying to combat. So the very first thing is I got put on Spironolactone. So that is the oral medication. I was also put on Aczone. Sorry, I have everything here. But this is a topical gel, and Dapsone is the generic, Aczone is the name brand, and this is 7.5%. So this is what it looks like. It's just a like pink and white bottle. Again, talk to your dermatologist. This is what I was put on, and it was kind of expensive. Obviously, it depends on your insurance and all of that. This was $75, but I got this a year ago and I still have it. I used to use it all over my face. I do like a pea-size amount. It really worked well for me, but now I actually use Differin, which was also recommended by my dermatologist. This is a Dappling gel. That's the generic name. Differin is the name brand, and this is the 0.1% gel. I got this, there's not much left, but I got this from Target. You can see it there. I think that this was $15, but it's a big tube. So I actually tried this for the first time and my skin got really dry the next day. So just use a tiny amount and work your way up. I use this every single night now, or maybe 5 nights a week, and it has really helped to manage all my breakouts that are just more surface level, and it's really been helping. It also is supposed to help with wrinkles if that's something that you're interested in. So those are the topical treatments and the oral medication that I was put on. Just to run through my skincare routine really quickly, I just started using this purifying face cleanser from Tula, but I mainly just use this to take off my makeup. I also loved the La Roche-Posay, which I actually went through a couple different times, so I'll pop that on the screen now, but I really did like that. This honestly is a lot better with taking off your makeup or any dirt or oil, but I do really like the La Roche-Posay because it doesn't have any fragrance in it. This one does. It smells like soap basically, which it does a better job of removing eye makeup compared to the La Roche-Posay, but I do like that one because it's a little bit more gentle. And after that, so I basically, if I go into my bathroom, I use some type of cleanser to take my makeup off. I might go in with a makeup remover wipe to take off any face makeup or any eye makeup that's left over. About once a week, I use this toner from Pixi, the Glow Tonic. Now that it's, I guess, sorry if there's a glare, but now that the weather is a little bit colder out, it's mid-October right now, I really only use this once a week because it does dry out your skin a little bit. But then I go in with this Neutrogena Oil-Free Moisture for sensitive skin. This is the moisturizer that I use, and I really do like it a lot. So I use this every single day, morning and night, even in the middle of the day sometimes if I don't have makeup on, and it's really helped my skin to stay moisturized. So then my skin is increasing the oil production to try to keep it moisturized. I just add a bunch of this to my face to try to get it to stay, I guess, moisturized, but then my skin doesn't have to increase the oil production to try to combat that. So hope that makes sense. And then I also sometimes use this Double Repair Face Moisturizer, the UV Broad Spectrum SPF 30 from La Roche-Posay. This is what the La Roche-Posay Jose packaging looks like, white and blue. I actually get this from Target, and I really use this mostly in the summer. I'm really bad with using it in the winter, if I'm being totally honest with you, but I then go in after that's kind of set, mostly just the moisturizer, and then in the summer I go in with this sunscreen. I should be using that every day in the winter as it is, but I also use this Rodan & Fields Radiant Defense Perfecting Liquid. The label is kind of worn off a little bit. I've had this since March and I still have a lot left. Sorry if you can't really see it, it's kind of worn off, but I can put a link down below for this as well. But this also has SPF, and it's a tinted sunscreen basically, but it's what I have on my skin now. I have a tiny bit of concealer under my eyes, but this is all that I have on my skin right now, besides like regular makeup like bronzer and blush, and then I have some mascara on, but this is all I have on my skin, and it's the best. Using a makeup that won't clog your pores really has helped me with my skincare routine and getting my acne to kind of calm down a little bit. So really suggest using this. But I will say that another thing that I tried to do was not wear makeup if I didn't have to. So if I go to the store and I'm just running to the grocery store to grab some things, I don't wear makeup. If I am going to the gym, I don't wear any makeup. And it's just about being comfortable in your own skin. Acne is normal. It's totally normal that happens to so many different people, and you don't have to feel self-conscious. I know that it's hard. I would wear a tiny bit of concealer when I used to have breakouts, and that's totally okay. Whatever makes you feel comfortable. I suggest just not wearing it. If I'm ever just at home, or like I said, running any errands, working out, I don't wear makeup, and that has really helped my skin to be able to breathe. If I do wear something, if I want a little coverage, honestly, this Rodan & Fields is perfect, and then I use it with the brush that comes with it as well to put that on. And then I also sometimes use masks. I use them not very often, to be honest, maybe like once every other week if I'm ever feeling like I want to do a little self-care. This one's from Generation Clay, and it's the Brightening Purple Clay Mask. And I really like it. It just helps to kind of get your pores unclogged. And I also use the Biore pore strips to try to get some of like the blackheads or clogged pores out of like my nose area. So those are two things that I do kind of on occasion, maybe once every other week, maybe even once a month, I'll do something like that. And then more holistically, I guess you could say, besides not wearing makeup as much, I also drink a ton of water. So I bought this Yeti cup about a year ago. I think this is around 28 ounces or 30 ounces. I drink around 2 to 3 of these per day. If I do a workout class, I potentially drink 4 a day. So this is just something that I do that I've noticed that does help with hydrating your skin. Your body's mostly all water, so definitely try to drink as much as you can. I suggest just taking your body weight and dividing it by 2, but I sometimes drink more than that. So that's how many ounces you should be drinking per day. That's just a little rule of thumb, but I honestly drink more than that most days. Sometimes I drink around half my body weight, sometimes a little bit more. Again, just depends on how much I'm sweating that day or whatever happens to be, how busy I am, or if I'm working or not. Okay, another little tip I wanted to pop on and say, I forgot to say this, but I am coming back to tell you, I just remembered. But I also take a collagen pill, and that has really helped smooth out any fine lines and clear my skin. And it also helps with your hair and your nails. So it's something that I definitely recommend. Obviously, talk to your doctor first about all of this. I'm not telling everyone to take it, but typically it's really good also for your joints. So I have really bad joint pain in my hands, which I can actually make a different video about, my circulation disorder / autoimmune disorder. And I have, again, really bad joint pain. So that actually has been helping my joint pain. And you can actually get the collagen in a pill form, or you can get it in a powder form. So I recently got a collagen / protein powder from Ancient Nutrition. I can put it down below, but I add it to either my coffee or smoothies or baking recipes, pretty much everything. I think you can even add it to water or other different different beverages. So I definitely suggest that. That has also helped keep my skin really clear. So those were honestly my main tips for how I cleared my skin. I think the biggest thing, if I'm being completely honest, was the Spironolactone. Being put on that was really a game changer. I did pretty much all of the tips that I said besides the spironolactone about a year ago, and my face still had a lot of acne on it. So that medication really did help to completely transform my skin. But again, I suggest going to your dermatologist, finding out what works best for you. I know a lot of people have had different experiences with multiple different medications, but I wanted to go over spironolactone and the effect on my skin. The only symptom I had was I started peeing a lot because it's a diuretic. So I actually lost a lot of water weight. I think I lost around 7 pounds, which I didn't know what was going to happen. And my blood pressure went down a tiny bit in the beginning because it's a blood pressure medication typically. So it can also be used for acne, but that is another use for it. So my blood pressure went down a tiny bit in the beginning, but then it leveled out. So you do have to go to the dermatologist, I think around once a month or once every other month, for them to check your blood pressure. And then to also check your, I think it's vitamin K levels or your potassium levels. I'll have to look it up and I'll pop it on the screen. But you also have to get blood work done. I think it's around once a year, just to make sure that's okay. You might have to do a little bit more in the beginning before you get put on it. And every time you go to the dermatologist, you, depending on your results, you can end up upping your dosage. So I ended up getting mine increased up to 100 milligrams. So now I take 100 milligrams per day. I think I started off at 25 milligrams. So we went up to 50, then we went to 75, and now I take 100. You could even go more than that potentially. It all just depends on your skin and the way it's reacting to it. But I've reacted best to the 100 milligram tablet or pill, and I take it once a day. I take it with food, and I haven't had any dizziness. I haven't had any symptoms, just besides my blood pressure lowering a tiny bit in the beginning. Now it's completely normal. And I also just peed a lot and lost some weight, which I mean, I'm fine with, I guess. There's also a YouTube channel I wanted to shout out. Her name is Dr. Dray, D-R-A-Y. I can put her in the description box, of course, along with all of my other products that I showcased. But she is a board certified dermatologist, and I love watching all her videos. She gives really good points, because I know it's really confusing nowadays on Instagram and YouTube and, you know, social media in general, with influencers talking about different brands and different products, and you feel like you have to keep up and go buy everything at Sephora and Ulta and all of that. But honestly, she really kind of simplifies it and tells you exactly what you might need. Obviously, she also says to go talk to a dermatologist yourself, but she recommends a lot of really good products and says what you need and what you really could go without. So it's just interesting to hear her perspective, and I always like her videos, so I wanted to give her a little shout out. But that is everything that I did to clear my skin personally, how I combated my hormonal acne with the different products, the topical medications, the oral medications, and then also just drinking water and wearing makeup a little bit less often. So thank you so much for watching this video. Again, be sure to subscribe down below, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.